This is the legendary Irish Spice Bag, an Irish takeaway classic. Hit the subscribe button and I'll show you how to make it. Firstly, start off by peeling some potatoes. It doesn't matter if there's still some skin on, before cutting them long ways and then slicing into little chip shapes just like so. Once you've done that, throw the chips into some icy water and set aside for around 30 minutes. Then move on to the vegetables. Start off by slicing a pepper, making sure to remove that white part as it can be quite bitter, and then slicing it into little strips before doing the exact same thing with a green pepper. Thinly slice a half a white onion and then get yourself a chilli and just cut that thinly also. Next, grab yourself a chicken breast and cut that into slices before adding some corn flour into a plate and then season it with some salt, some white pepper, a little bit of paprika and finally a little bit of chili powder. And then give it a mix together to make sure it's well combined. Add your chips onto a tea towel, making sure to pat them dry so that they'll remain nice and crispy. Begin to heat some oil in a deep pan and then you can move on to marinating your chicken by throwing it into a little bit of seasoned egg wash, giving it a little bath and then adding it to your seasoned corn flour. Once you've got the chicken completely coated, set it aside in a plate and then you can move on to cooking your chips. Throw them into a fryer at 190 degrees for about 10 minutes before placing your chicken into hot oil and cooking it at the exact same time. Fry the chicken for about 6 to 7 minutes and once it's cooked, set it aside and it'll begin to crisp up. Your chips will also be cooked, so throw them into a bowl to drain and then you can move on to cooking your veg. Heat some oil in a pan before throwing in your peppers, then your onions. Sweat out for a few minutes before adding some homemade salt and pepper seasoning, and the recipe for that will be in the comments. Once your veg starts to soften, throw in some garlic before cooking out for a further few minutes. Next, add your cooked chicken in with your chips before throwing in all the veg and finishing it off with the last little bit of the salt and pepper seasoning. Give the ingredients a good toss to make sure that they're completely coated in the seasoning, and then it's time to serve. Throw everything into that signature brown paper bag with the tin foil inside and garnish it with some freshly chopped red chilies. You can eat this directly from the bag, but I prefer to throw it onto a plate and then smother it with some homemade curry. If you want to see more tasty recipes just like this one, then give the page a follow. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck.